What's up, everybody, and welcome back to Lester Athletes. My name is Chadwell, and today, like always, another interesting video for you here on the channel. Who will dethrone all the current champions on the roster? Now, I wanted to make this video before Money in the Bank, but I had an idea that chances are we would have a potential cash-in the Monday after, which didn't happen, but we did get a championship change, and I thought Becky Lynch would ultimately win the IC title. Now, I'm happy I did this because the week before Money in the Bank was when the week before Money in the Bank, I was going to upload the video where I didn't see the week prior. Well, wouldn't have seen Mariah May be there, so that makes me be a little bit more happy currently on what I wanted to do. So yeah, today we'll talk about it, we'll go through it, and let's get started with John Cena. Now I'm going to go fast on the ones that we've already done before. I don't want this to be a 20-minute video, rather it be 8 to 10 minutes, but I don't think that's what we'll have. Who I think it's going to be Cody Rhodes. Now, I keep going back and forth on this. If they put him in the SummerSlam match, maybe John Cena does lose it, but I think it's more likely he holds it all the way to the end, which that's why I give it to maybe John Cena just vacating the title instead. But really, maybe he puts over somebody to win it at the very end, which could be Breaker, Punk. I don't know. I just really think in my head, in my eyes, I know that Punk and him now have Night of Champions. It's going to be Cody Rhodes, or he vacates the title or keeps the title. I really would not be shocked about that. I think, though, more likely vacating the title. Up next is Tiffany Stratton. Naomi is going to be the one to take this. Now, I think Tiffany could easily lose it. Then Naomi cashes in on somebody, like how we saw with Io Sky back with Bianca Belair. But I'm feeling in my soul that it's going to be Tiffany Stratton retaining in a hardcore match with Naomi cashing in, winning it, setting up Naomi, maybe Bianca and Jade Cargill. But a dark horse I would play is Jade Cargill, who could potentially win it, and then Naomi cashes in on her. That's kind of where I'm at, kind of where I like it. I think that's the best possibility for now. Up next is Jacob Fatu. It will be Solo Sikoa after this turn. I think Solo Sikoa is destined to probably get this title off Jacob Fatu because it makes sense storyline wise, but let's say he can't. I think Drew McIntyre is an interesting one-on-one match to make Drew McIntyre Grand Slam champ. But where has Drew McIntyre been? Couldn't tell you. Maybe he comes back after SummerSlam or right before SummerSlam, but yeah, I just feel like he needs to come back sooner rather than later. Up next is Zelina Vega. I hope to God this is Julia. I hope Julia's the one to win this. I think Julia has all the talent in the world. She's really been proving it, in my opinion, recently. I think one of the MVPs of the Money in the Bank match, they made her look really strong. I hope it's Zelina Vega. I hope she gives the young talent the win. I hope it's Julia. But I could also see it being somebody else. My dark horse is Roxanne Perez. If she would go to SmackDown, I would wanted this feud. But right now, to me, it's Julia and nobody else. The vision there hasn't been as strong as you would hope for, and I think Julia definitely spices things up a little bit. Up next is Street Profits. I think it's going to still be Fraxium and Nathan Frazier. I said Fraxium and Nathan Frazier. Axiom, Nathan Frazier. Dark horse, I have Motor City Machine Guns winning it, but let's be honest here. I think my dark horse, I kind of debated on it, could be the White Six. I just think Fraxium winning it would be perfect, and then you have maybe DIY steal it from them afterwards, and then ultimately DIY losing it to the White Six. That's kind of where I'm at, and I think it makes a ton of sense if we go that route. Up next, Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. Now, what's different on this one is I'm going to talk about my dark horse first. I still want to say it could be Bliss and Cross to have this kind of Wyatt Six faction happening. But at the same time, I'm starting to lose a little hope on Bliss becoming part of this Wyatt Six faction. I don't know if it's going to happen entirely. There hasn't been much hint towards it. So I keep thinking about it, and I don't know if it's going to happen. I think it could happen. Just not entirely sure for sure. I think you do Bliss and Flair if that's going to be the thing that they want to do. Who I think now is going to be the Bella Twins. I think this hint at Liv Morgan with Nikki Bella is going to be ultimately a hint to have them going against each other at Evolution. Maybe the Bella Twins win. I would not be shocked entirely because they both were kind of hinting at a potential WWE return. I'm just going to throw it out there. I could really see it, and I think it makes a lot of sense if you're thinking of how can we get Liv Morgan Raquel off these titles, and then maybe they lose it pretty early to somebody else, maybe, or they just give it right back and make Liv Morgan Raquel a better, tag team. We'll see. Up next is Obafemi. We're entering NXT. I think it's going to be Javon Evans. I think he is destined to win a title. I just don't know which one. I really don't. Dark Horse is going to be Tony D'Angelo since he's been to Obafemi, but I don't expect this title to get off Obafemi for a while. I'm recording this before NXT, before going against Jasper Troy. If Jasper Troy beats Obafemi, I will be in absolute shock, truthfully. I just think Obafemi is going to be holding this title for a little bit, so we'll see on that one. JC Jane. Now, I think... Oh, you've seen the JC Jane video. I don't think I've talked about it ever since then. It is going to be Mariah May. Now, maybe they delay it a little bit and Mariah May doesn't win right away. Just when and where is just what we need to know. It's going to be Mariah May, depending on what name she is. She's winning with whatever name she has. Dark Horse is going to be Jordan Grace, but I don't even think she's going to be in NXT for long. It's going to be Mariah May. Let's be honest here. Up next, Ethan Page. I think it will be Javon Evans. If he doesn't win the NXT title, he's destined to win one. And I think this is a better storyline-wise maybe than Obafemi. But both of them could 100% see it. It makes a lot of sense. Dark Horse for me is going to be Miles Bourne. Now away from No Core Catch Crew. They've already had a little mini feud. I like Miles Bourne as potential. There's not really, I would say, strong kind of competition right now for this North American title. The only other person I could really see it is Jasper Troy. If they're trying to really push him to win this North American title, I could see him going against an Ethan Page and destroying him, but I think Miles Bourne makes just a little bit more sense with his babyface turn going for his North American title. Up next is Sol Ruca. I think it's still going to be Zarya. I think it's too good of a storyline to skip out and not have. But my dark horse is going to be Jada Parker. I think the babyface Sol Ruca versus kind of the heelish Jada Parker. She's destined to win a title. Jada Parker was shown that the NXT really trusts her going into the Royal Rumble. I have her here, and I think it would make a lot of sense to still have her here to win this title if Zarya is not involved. Up next is Hank and Tank. I think it's still going to be Dark Slate. I just think that it's hard to say which two. They haven't done much with this group yet, which is kind of sad, to be honest. I just hope it's going to be here soon. They start winning some gold. But Josh Briggs has been great with Namora, and I think they are destined to win something here soon. They have been a great tag team. I have them taking off Hank and Tank, but I think the dark side kind of heel tag team makes more sense to go against Hank and Tank. It might be just for a little bit. Up next is Gunther. Shock win. A shock win. I ultimately think, and I have a video about King of the Ring that kind of explains this, I think my number one winner, who I think is going to dethrone Gunther, will be Sami Zayn. And my dark horse is Seth Rollins because he has the briefcase. Now, here's why. I said in my video, I think I'm attached to this idea, so I'm going to keep preaching it. Sami Zayn wins King of the Ring. Sami Zayn goes against Gunther at SummerSlam to be the King of the Ring champion. Sami wins the title there. Seth Rollins cashes in on Sami Zayn and wins it from Sami Zayn, completing the arc that they started where Seth and Sami argued about being a world champion and had all these different problems and asked him to join the team, whatever. I think this just makes too much sense, and it's too good of a storyline to not have this happen. I really do. I think this is the route we go, and I think it makes the most sense in my opinion. Up next is Io Sky. I think it will be Rhea Ripley because of how well they've been booking Rhea Ripley, but my close second, depending on who wins Queen of the Ring, is going to be Stephanie Vaquer. Now, Stephanie Vaquer is an interesting one because, in my opinion, as a strong babyface going against a strong babyface in Io Sky, doesn't really mesh as well, but you've done it with Rhea, Bianca, Io Sky before. I think there's a big chance that Stephanie Vaquer wins Queen of the Ring. And if she does win Queen of the Ring, gotta be honest with you, Io Sky, bye-bye your title. I think Stephanie will take it from her. Io Sky hasn't had many defenses. They haven't booked her title very well. I think it's because they're now realizing that she's going to probably lose it here soon. They just don't know when they're going to have the rematch, and they don't know when they're going to have the Steph take it away, probably at SummerSlam, and maybe that's why they're waiting for Queen of the Ring. So yes, I have these two as my dark horse and who I think. Up next, Dominic Mysterio. I think it's going to be Finn Balor ultimately costing it, or costing something with a turn, and then Finn getting a title opportunity taken off of Dominic Mysterio. But my dark horse is John Cena if he wants to become a Grand Slam champ. I think that's another way. Kind of want to put AJ Styles on here. I keep going back and forth on that one. I don't know if we're going to see that yet, because it's kind of been in the air, getting thrown around, and not happening. I think a lot of things have been changing recently. Becky Lynch winning the IC title. I think it should be Bayley winning it, then maybe Lyra. But I could see them going different ways. I could see Lyra winning it back from Becky, then they go Bayley getting mad about it. I think this is where you go. I think you go Becky to Bayley to Roxanne to maybe Lyra there. I wouldn't hate it, but you're running back to Lyra and Roxanne feud that you've had before. So I kind of just think these two make the most sense, and it fits perfectly with what's going on. Up next, we have the New Day. This is the last one. This tag team division's interesting. It feels like New Day is trying to destroy every tag team division, huh? I think it's going to be Motor City Machine Guns when they run them to Raw. So then we have a really good tag match with an old tag team winning. My dark horse is Lucha Bros if they would get together on Raw to go against the New Day. I think these two make the most sense. It's legendary tag teams going against another legendary tag team. But at the same time, it's hard to just say who the New Day will lose to. It really is, because there's not really much there right now. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoy. Well, I guess maybe Braun and Bronson Reed. It's just, I don't know how that would work. I'd rather them go against Penta and Ray Phoenix than Penta, Ray Phoenix, Bronson Reed. Braun and Bronson Reed. And I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.